Welcome all to the weekly outlook. Boone here from EWPRO. WTI. Like I've been saying for ages. Excuse me. I'm still looking at this as an A, B. I'm looking for that C down. I'm only looking for sells. We're getting all this bearish divergence. I'm only looking for sells. This is starting to get too far for a B wave, but it is still valid, so I still have to look at it as we're going to get that C down. This gave a nice sell setup. Unfortunately, it didn't continue on, but yeah, that's life. So we were looking for this last week. If I go down to the H1, maybe. So last week, I was only looking for the sell, like I said. We're in here. So I said this can be an A, B, C, and we go up and break that top. Or this can be an A, B, C, and you can put a sell stop at the low here. Well, if you put that sell stop like I did, it never got triggered, and we went up and broke the top. We got internal bearish divergence. I think this is going to go up and break the top again now. We got this nice impulse down. This may, it's hard because we got a really nice, this is a setup I took. If I just show you the setup, like I said, I'm only looking for sell setups. We got a nice bearish flag in here. I took this, then we had this here. We had bearish hidden divergence, and I was looking for another one down, so I kept this trade. This actually hit the 100 fib here. So I got out of half. I still have half of this trade that's up here, because we do have possible bear hidden on the larger time frames. But yeah, see, we have bear hidden here. This top here hadn't been broken yet, but I dare say this is a little flat in here, and it's going to go and break that top. So I'll probably take the rest of it off here at the break of that top, and then look for another sell. But yeah, I'm not interested in the buys, even though this has come back so far. I don't really want to take the buys. You can't really look for the buys. You can only look for the buys above that top. We got a lower low, so we got that lower low. So ideally we get an A, some sort of a B, and then a C up as a regular flat, and then look for your trend line break and a bearish setup to sell for at least an A, B, C. That's how I'm looking at it, and that's, yeah, I mean, there's nothing to say that this can't go and break the top either. But on the H4, we got that that lower low as well, so you can only really buy above this top. It's very tricky. Only looking for the sells, but we're not getting a sell set up because we got this large correction, this impulse here. So yeah, Bitcoin. This is, so last week I was looking for this WXYX2. I said we didn't have any ball hidden, but I was looking for that Z up. It did go up, but we were in here somewhere. It never went and broke the top. So now I have to look. This is looking very corrective. Sorry about that. I just had a visitor. But getting back to Bitcoin. So I was looking for this to go up for a wave Z, giving us that bearish divergence. It never did that. This here is still looking very corrective. It's not looking impulsive after this wave Z, like I said last week. After the wave Z, we want to see that nice impulse up and then the correction or flag for another buy. So how I'm looking at this now is I'm still looking at this. If I move all this, we got 3 up here. If I move all this, so we got 1, 2, 3 up. So I'm looking at that as a W, as a complex correction. This is a complex correction. Then we got this sort of contracting flat in here. Right? So we get 3 down, 1, 2, 3 in X2. Then we possibly get 3 up in wave Y. So this week I'll be looking for that. I'll be looking for that. I'll be looking for that wave Y up before we get possibly, a larger correction in here. Possibly get W, X, Y, X2, and then a Z up. So this can turn into a large flat correction or a complex correction. This week I'll be looking for the buy though. For that X2. Looking at the H1 though, we don't have any bullish divergence. So it's tricky. We have bear hidden. So you have to be careful with the buy. If you're looking for the buy, you have to break above this top, taking out that possible bear hidden, and then look for your setup, your correction to look for that buy. So if you're looking for the buy, wait for that correction, wait for that impulse to go and break that top, and then look for your correction for the buy. If you want to scalp this down for this possible bear hidden, you need that, sell set up, and you can scalp that sell. Definitely want to be a break even at the low of that. At this low here, you definitely want to be a break even if you're looking for that sell. SPX on the H on the daily. This one just keeps on making higher highs, but we got all this bearish divergence. We got all this bearish divergence. Definitely not looking for the buys. Only looking for the sells. I got a nice sell on this last week, but yeah, it just comes straight back up. So how I'm looking at this, we got this impulse down. We're looking at this. So I'm looking at this as I'm changing my view on this. I'm looking at this as I don't like it because it's a contracting flat. But I have to look at it now because we got another high. We got a higher high here. So I have to change it. So this is actually not a contracting flat. It's a running flat. So we got this was the larger correction here, A, B, C, and then we're getting another 5 up basically here. So now, even though we're at a top, you can look for buys. Very, you want to be very careful, but we're at a high, breaking all-time highs. But yeah, you definitely can look for buys. Just be careful. So now we got this flat here. If I go down to the H1, and so we got this flat here, A, B, C, as an expanding flat. And so we're looking for that A, B, C. You got a little buy set up here. I took the sell up here, got a nice move down. Then I started to see it turn, so I had to get out of it. Unfortunately, it didn't fall over on me, but that's trading. I was looking for the sell, looking for that larger C down. But yeah, now if you get any bullish flag, you know, you definitely can look for that flag like this. You know, you can look for more upside. The DAX on the daily, we've got all this bearish divergence, so again, very risky to be buying. This one gave us that like A, B, C, and we were looking at that as that bullish running flat, but this never went and broke the top, you know, so it sort of made it difficult. We got all this very choppy, you know, and so we look at it. You got a little flat in here. This one never went and broke the top either. And you got this in here. So, you know, we're looking at something like this. A, B, and then C. Very difficult to trade. But if you do get a bullish setup in here, you can look to go and break that top. Risky because we're on the daily, you know, there is all that bearish divergence, but yeah, you know, this should go and break that top now with this impulse up. This is very sharp, this impulse. UCAD, sorry, FTSE. So again, nothing's changed. I'm looking at A, B, looking for that C down on the daily. We're not getting the setups to sell, unfortunately. We were looking at this in here. You know, A, B, C, never went and broke the top. Instead, we're getting all this. Actually, I'll move all those arrows now. Started to play out. We got this one down. Then this one didn't. This one failed. It never went up and broke the top. So we're getting a larger correction in here. And still have to look at it as that A, B, C in here. Oh, sorry. We can look at it as that A, larger ABC with an internal ABC, but it's so choppy. You know, we don't want to see all this in a C wave. You know, we want to see it go and break the top for an A, B, C. Instead, we're getting all this mess. But again, you know, you can look for the buy. This should be finished now because you can look at it as this, you know, expanding flat for an A, B, C. So if you do get a little bullish setup in here, you can look for that scalp and go and break these tops. So I hope you enjoyed the weekly outlook. Please share, like, subscribe. Enjoy your weekend, and I'll see you out there next week.